One thing I will always tell people to do when it comes down to motivation, achieving dreams, goals, if you're that type of person, is make a mood board for every year and make that mood board your wallpaper to the screen or whatever you use. If you're using your laptop, make it your desktop wallpaper. If you use your phone a lot, make it your phone wallpaper. If you use a tablet, put it everywhere. I'm not joking. Do it. Why should I do that? Like, what's the importance of making a mood board? Bro, you're asking me why? Let me show you. Let me just show you. Every year I make a mood board, as you can see. So I've got one from 2024 and that's 2025. Those are the 2 years I started making them. And I did it for 2024 and I was like, I'm gonna see if it works because I've been seeing it all over on social media. Or like, do a 2024 mood board, do it. Like, especially if you're Pinterest baddie. And I love Pinterest. I'm like, okay, guess we'll give it a go. And ever since last year, I've been doing it. And currently it's 18th of December. 2025 is coming to an end. And when I tell you I'm gonna be making a 2026 mood board, I mean it. So this is my 2024 mood board. I think I wanna pinpoint when it comes down to the mood boards for both 2024 and for 2025 is that if I saw that like a lot of the things that I might have not achieved in my 2024 year, like bits and pieces, I did start noticing appear or happen in my 2025. Like looking back at my 2024 mood board, it's like, oh shit, like although I didn't do something specifically like that in my 2024, 2025, it did happen. So even if you see that some things from your 2024 year didn't happen, they most likely will carry on and will happen in your next year. At least that's what I've seen so far. Some of the things that did happen, I'm gonna highlight with this video because I don't want to go into too much depth about my whole mood board and what I did. It's gonna take ages for me to go through. Some of the things that did end up happening, I started doing live drawing sessions. I went to a youth camping program for like 4 or 5 nights, and I have exact photo of this. I started taking a lot more digicam photos. I went to my first ever concert, and it was like my biggest in the area, and I got to see Ray. I started learning Italian, Russian, and Spanish, and I have a friend now that lives in Belgium, and he taught me Italian. I started listening to a lot more music, and I got my second lobe piercings. In 2025, I got my lobe piercing. 2025, I go into a Russell Group University, which when I put that down, I was like, oh, I'm hoping to get into a big nice university. When I started college, my college library looks literally so similar to that. I started in 2025 traveling by train a lot more. I started going to the gym a lot more. I want to be a lot more confident, and in my year group, I was known as a social butterfly and as a confident individual. I started experimenting a lot more with my artwork. I started thrifting a lot more in 2024 and 2025. Majority of the stuff in my room is thrifted, and majority of my clothes is thrifted. 2024, I wanted to have a mood board like this in my room. I have it. I also wanted to have a photo album with all the photos I have. Thrifted photo albums over there. And bro, that's just my 2024. Going into 2025, a lot of the things that did end up happening for my 2024 started happening, and a lot of the things I put down on my 2024 mood board ended up happening. Let's have a rundown. I wanted to start roller skating. Next thing you know, I'm roller skating, and I'm actually quite good at it. I want to find a lot more like vintagey record stores and thrifting and stuff like that. Next thing you know, the city I'm studying in for university has a bunch of thrift stores and vintagey charity stuff and stuff like that. If that doesn't showcase that your mood board and your vision board is gonna make your future like come true, I don't know what it is. Because I'm not even like joking when I say I'm sitting down here and I'm realizing, oh my god, so much of this stuff has come true. And it's actually kind of scary, and it's so nice to just reflect back. It kind of, when you're looking back at this vision board, the good thing about the vision board is the fact that you don't have a set list of things. Like, you're not putting yourself in a box with what specifically needs to go well in your year and what specifically you need to achieve the vision board is allowing yourself, and is allowing, it's pretty much making your future go in all these different directions and all these different paths. It doesn't mean that you're putting yourself in a box where you have to follow everything that you put down, because as you're going on throughout the year, you're going to realize that you're outgrowing some of the goals. The goals are changing. Having a vision board means that there's that fluidity, there's that, it allows and gives you room for your goals and your ideas and your dreams to grow as you're growing, and it allows you to just look back in the year and reflect positively and rework on your goals. Having this set up and you seeing it every day just reminds you of all the things that you want to achieve subconsciously, not even looking. Like, a lot of the times I just open my laptop and just doing work, and a lot of the times I'm not really realizing what I'm taking in, but because you have it displayed on something that you're using every day, you're subconsciously taking in the information, so you're subconsciously doing all these things. Next thing you know, your year has gone by and you've achieved a lot of this stuff. I prefer this method a lot more than just making new year, new me aspirations, or sitting down and writing a list of stuff, because I know as an individual I struggle a lot more to have that structure, because I know it doesn't work for me, and I know for a lot of people it probably doesn't as well. If you want to do something like this and you're not sure, like, Eleni, how do I get started? First up, I recommend Pinterest. Second up, I recommend Spotify, YouTube Music, anything that will allow you to just get your flow, just listen to music. Before you start doing anything, I want you to sit down, and that's what I do. I want you to sit down and reflect on all the thoughts, goals, aspirations, and everything in between. I want you to create sections of different elements of improvement that you want to see throughout your life. That's what I do. And if you look at my mood board, it's divided into sections. Like, when I put it up, it's not just like randomly jumbled up together. There is clear sections of what is for what. What I notice, what helps me, is I make those 5 sections. No lifestyle, it could be business, like working and stuff. It could be your education. It could be hobbies. It could be your social life. It could be anything. And then under those categories, you make subcategories. You're like, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to develop? And you start making a list of all the things that you want to see come true in your year, and what are some things that you want to see yourself develop on, and you kind of build up on that. Next thing you know, you're going on Pinterest, and I definitely recommend you make a board, like a Pinterest board that says life. Don't categorize it. You could say 2025 or 2026, you could do that, but I do have like one specific mood board where I just dump everything in. So throughout the year, I'll be saving posts in that board, and then when I'm making my new board, or when I'm making my new year's 2026 board, I'm using a lot of those photos. Even if you don't end up using a lot of the photos from your Pinterest board, just having them in one place and looking back through it, like even now, a lot of photos I didn't end up using my board and I still have saved on my life board have happened. I don't know. That's what I would do. Get Pinterest before you start using it, and before you kind of start creating. Sit down with yourself, think through everything. Think through the last life. Think through your last year and what you want to change in that, and then start selecting photos that speak to you. The whole meaning of vision board or mood board is that it is personal to you. You don't want to be making a vision board to what someone else would like, or what everyone else is telling you to use. Put photos and put aspirations that speak to you. Every board I've made so far is something that speaks to me, is something that captures me as an individual, and you can see that consistency throughout my vision boards. It doesn't matter if it is digital or if it is kind of put together as a collage. I know a lot of people say that you should be doing the whole process of collaging things together. I personally don't do that. I personally do the whole digital putting together collaging. It still has worked fine for me. But yeah, that's my process. That's how I do it. If you want to do it, do it. You're not gonna lose out on anything. You're gonna gain on more stuff and more experiences, if you ask me. That's all I gotta say. If you've got any questions, definitely put them down at comments. If you want to share your own experiences of having a vision board or a mood board, go for it. just let me know your thoughts. I feel like it's a very hot take because a lot of people are doing it and a lot of people have said that it works for me. I think it kind of links in with the neuroscience or something like that that I've seen and I kind of read about. I think that's how, like, the whole reason of how a vision board helps with making your dream reality an actual reality. If you want to look into it, go for it. But that's all I gotta say. Just do it.